Hi, Advanced Math Kids. Miss Candleberry here, and I'm going to actually move on to learn something new this week. Because technically, if we were still here in school, next week we would be taking a test. So we need to go ahead and learn about our last couple of things that we would learn about in this unit. And today we're going to start off by learning about how to show our work to find missing factors. So we know that a factor is any number that we multiply, but what we're by to get another number. So what we're going to talk about today is what are the methods in third grade we might use to find a missing factor, to show that we've found a missing factor. So let's first of all think about a really simple equation with a missing factor. For example, let's say I had 6 times something, and we like to use letters in third grade math. So 6 times something equals 30. So 6 times something equals 30. Now you might know right now off the top of your head what this N stands for, right? But because we have to show our work and show that we understand the underlying the math underneath, I'm going to teach you 3 ways today that you already know that we can use to find missing factors. So one of the things to do is to think about this and figure out, well, how am I going to figure out and solve for N, right? What you can do first is you could think about it using groups of, and we've used groups of, right? So you can start, if you want to use groups of, you can say, okay, well, first of all, I've got 6 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I'm just going to count and put 1 in each group until I get to 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Boom. Now, I've done 6 groups, and I've done 30 in those groups. So now I'm just going to see how many dots are in a group. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just make sure that are there 5 in every one? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer has to be 5. So N equals 5. Or if you'd rather, you can rewrite the problem. 6 times 5 equals 30. And I've showed my work. Now maybe I already knew that, but now I've shown my work to show that I was right. All right, and that's really the key here. Show your work. All right. My next way that I can find out a missing factor, so let's try that. Say that I'm trying to find, let's say 4 times N equals another N, but that's okay. 4 times N equals 28. Now, maybe off the top of your head, you already know that answer, but I am going to show us how we use guess what? An array to find out what N is, or to show that you were right if you already knew. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide I can either have 4 rows or 4 columns. So I'm going to say 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all I'm going to do is count to 28 and make sure I put 4 in every column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So there we go. I've got 4 rows, excuse me, not columns, 4 rows, and I'm going to just see how many columns I have. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my answer is 7. So N equals 7, or if you want to rewrite it, it's 4 times 7 equals 28, right? All right, so there I've used an array to prove that I know 4 times 7 equals 28, and that 7 is what N is, all right? And the final way that I can show and find a missing factor is repeated. Oh, no, you know it's probably coming. Addition. And so let's try to say let's pretend that I am solving for 20 times something. We'll say x. I'll put x. You know what? Let me put y. 20 times y equals 100. So I don't know. 20 times y equals 100. Now you might already know that. Maybe you just know it. Some people do. But let's say I'm solving for y. All right? Using repeated addition, I am just going to add 20s until I get to 100. So 20 plus 20 equals 40. Okay, well, 40 plus 20 equals 60. 60 plus 20 equals 80. 80 plus 20 equals 100. Oh, there I'm at 100. So how many 20s did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 20s. So my answer for y is 5. So 20 times 5 equals 100. So I've just shown you 3 separate ways. Sorry, you didn't see the bottom of that. I just showed you 3 separate ways of how you can prove your math to find missing factors. So even if you knew it off the top of your head because you're like, oh, well, I just know that 6 times 5 is 30 because I've memorized my addition. I've shown you memorize my multiplication. I've shown you 3 ways that you can show your work, and that's really important because remember, showing your work is half of your grade, right? Getting it right is 1 point, and showing your work is the other point. So you may use any of these strategies. On your sheet that you have, you also have 5 equations. So these equations, I want you to choose. You can choose to use each one once or twice, or you can choose to use one. Maybe you just really like arrays and you just want to use just arrays. You can show arrays to show your work, but you're going to show your work and find your answers to the 5 equations for today. All right? Thanks. Bye.